Hello and welcome back to another shelf tour, I guess updated for the second time. It's been like 6 months since I think the last one that I posted, and my collection and shelves have changed much since then, so I figured it might be fun to post another video also since my semester ended. I switched back to my phone. I still don't have like a legitimate tripod for my camera, so sorry if it is a little shaky and everything, but yes. So starting from the top, I have one of Sungmin's posters for Go Live in Life Unlocked, along with the orange version of AB6IX's second mini album, I believe, along with the version 4 of Blackpink's first full album, The Album. Keys, or K, Keys, I don't know, Young K's little plushie from Day 6, and then also I have my NCT, there it is, my NCT light stick box, but currently nothing is in it, along with a couple of other things, but those are not K-pop related. And then going down to this first shelf, I did try to, on this bookcase, keep things color coordinated, so none of the groups are actually together, sadly. But yeah, so this top shelf is my red, orange, and yellow albums, along with a couple of inclusions. For the inclusions, I have Yuta's Punch postcard, a little Taeyong postcard that a friend gave me, and then Subin's little standee photo frame inclusion thing from their first mini album. And then these are probably gonna fall over when I go through this, but I also have some pins. I have a Jongin pin from somebody on Etsy, and the same creator also did an NCT series. So I have their From Home one, and I also have 3racha. I would have Sungmin also with Jongin, but Sungmin is currently on a bag, so he's just there by himself. But I'm gonna take these off. But for the albums, I have one version, I think this is the boy version maybe, of the boys' first album Reveal, and then the A version of ATEEZ's most recent release, a version of Neozone, ONEUS's Lived, and then I have a couple of Kinos. I have Max's Chocolate, the past version, or not the past, the future version of NCT 2020 Part 1, and then the Hitchhiker version of Wavy's Kickback. And then I also have a little Stray Kids light stick pin in front of it. Hopefully that stays. And then I also do have the jewel case version of SHINee's last album, Don't Call Me. Not their repackaged, I don't think they had a jewel case for that, but I have Taemin's cover. And then I have ATEEZ for their third episode, Taemin's repackaged Move Ing, and then this is one of his versions from Act 1, I believe. I think it's the guilty version, or the non-innocent version, but yes. And then over here I have the Hitchhiker version of Wavy's Kickback, the photo book version, two versions of Stray Kids in Life, and then for some of the yellows, I have one version, or the yellow version of ONEUS's Devil, the yellow version of EXO-SC's debut, one version of Baekhyun's Bambi, a version of ATEEZ's Fever Part 1, both versions of I Am Who from Stray Kids. I will move these little guys out of the way. The one version of Stray Kids Levanter, one version of Yellowwood, and then one version of I Am You, and then also one version of Day 6's Shoot Me. Moving down to the second shelf is mainly blue with one kind of hidden green album, but for the stuff that's on display first, for the pins, they always like fall over, but I have Racha, and then along with the NCT U Boss pin. And then for albums on this shelf, I have the regular version of NCT's Regular Irregular. It's kind of like perfectly fit in here, but the Dream Show, the the photo book for that, one version of SHINee's recent repackage Atlantis, Utah's version of Regulate, the Shine Forever version of Monsta X, Shine Forever, I think it's their first repackage, BAP's Blue, the version 1 of Wano's recent comeback, Pentagon's Positive. I don't remember the actual name of this album, but the boys, the title off it was Bloom Bloom. Junghyun's She Is, Red Velvet, Summer Magic, and Day 6's Daydream. This is technically the front. And then here I have all versions but one of the Book of Us series for Day 6. I'm only missing one version of the Book of Us Gravity, which I plan on getting soon when I order Dream's latest comeback, along with the past version of NCT 2020 Part 1. And then sitting on top of that, I have a Seungmin signed Levanter CD. And over here, I have some darker blue albums. I have the past version of Kino for NCT 2020 Part 1. And then here I have Stray Kids Top. I have two versions. I think one is the A and B version. I think one's the CD and one's the CD and DVD. I have both versions of 127's The Final Round. The other two versions of Levanter, the limited and the other regular edition. The limited version of Yellowwood. The reason it's here, it's just because the spine fits better with this shelf. I have the fake reality version of SHINee's Don't Call Me. And then I have Stray Kids' second photo book, Stay in Playground. And then I have the Utah version of their Japanese release, Awaken. Yeah, when it comes, I try to get like all NCT versions. But if it's member covers or member versions, then I just get Utah because he is my main bias in the group and one of my alts. Moving down a shelf is the shelf with mainly white albums. This has a lot more things on it, so I might have to shuffle around a couple things to show everything. But in the corner here, I have Stray Kids calendar from their season's greetings of this year. This month it is Seungmin, Chan, Felix, and Hyunjin for the month of May. And then here I have, again, a little NCT pin. This one is Baby Don't Stop. The departure version, Kino for NCT 2020 Part 2. And then I have two fan sign PCs from their In Life Mnet fan sign thing. But yeah, it actually worked out really lucky because me and two other friends decided to each order an album, so we ordered 3 that I was ahead of, and then we got 2 fan sign PCs out of 3 albums, which was incredibly lucky, and so I keep them on the shelf. And then with that, I got a Chan signed CD from that fan sign. And then before I move everything, I have a little Win-Win Polaroid from a friend and also a little Seungmin enamel pin from one of his vlogs. This is a little heart sweater. He's so cute. But yes, let me move everything. Okay, we'll say that's good enough for right now. But starting from the left, we have the Neo City Soul, the Origin photo book. The other version of Don't Call Me, I think this is the reality version of SHINee's latest album. Taemin's repack of Never Gonna Dance Again, or it's not really a repackage, but it has both Act 1 and Act 2 in it. There were no new tracks. TVXQ, Chapter 2, The Truth of Love. One version of The Stealer from The Boys. The Alone version of 17's A1 mini album. It's just a hashtag of Luna's album. It's the only Luna album I own, but I'm pretty sure this was the album that had So What as the title track. Was it So What? Yeah, it was So What. And then I have the day version of Baekhyun City Lights. Version 3 of Monsta X, Take 1, Are You There? EXO's Loto. The Rose Dawn album. Love Yourself E version from BTS. I think this is the Wii version of, this might be the Boom version of NCT Dream's Wii Boom. The departure version of NCT 2020 Part 2. both covers of Taemin's Act 2. Sorry for the weird camera angle. And then also have NCT. Ooh, that is a load-bearing album. I won't move it, but I also have a copy of NCT Dreams We Go Up. And then on this last shelf on here, it's mainly black albums. I do have one large album off to the left that's not black, but it's the only shelf that it would fit on. But that large album is NCT's Beyond the Live, or Beyond the Origin, Beyond Live concert. And then have the T version of NCT's Neozone, Stray Kids mixtape, Stray Kids I Am Not, both versions. And then in front of that, I have a Hyunjin signed Go Live album, which I will move. And then I have the bass note version of Seulgi and Irene's Monster. Things keep falling over, but that's fine. The limited version of Stray Kids In Life, the limited version of Stray Kids Go Live, the XXO version of EXO's Obsession, the Obsession version of EXO's Obsession, and then the pin here is from that same creator, and it's their Work It pin. And then in the middle, I have the Kino version of Monsta X's Fatal Love, a little group Polaroid from Day6's Sunrise album, I believe, and then in the back is Day6's Moonrise. I think the Silver Moon version, I think that's what it was called. And then over here in this corner, I have a pin that my friend gave me for Christmas, a Yuta pin from Kick It, one of my favorite eras for him. And then I also have the other version, the Arrival version for NCT 2020 Part 2. And then I have ONEUS's Light Us, their debut, the Arrival version for NCT 2020 Part 2, the Night version of City Lights from Baekhyun, version 4 of Monsta X's Take 2, Take Over the Moon sequel from Wavy, Awaken the World, I think this is the Awaken version, and then ATEEZ's anniversary edition of their first full album. But that, as you can see, there's a little bit of misarrangement from what it was originally, but I will fix it after this, and now we can hop over to my cube shelf. Okay, so this is the cube little shelf thing I have. Sorry if the lighting isn't as good. This is in the bedroom portion of my apartment, and it's not right next to a window like my other one, but yes. So again, we have, you can kind of see the other shelf in the background, but this is the other Seungmin poster from their Go Live or Go Live in Life concert. Decided to hang this one up because this was my favorite out of the two. And then below that, I have a couple of albums on display and merch. I have Day6's Glue On unit with Hyunkei Wonpil and Doon, a signed version of it. Both versions of NCT 2018's Empathy, the white version of AB6's, God, I can't believe I forgot that, AB6's Be Complete, their debut album, along with the NCT light stick that went with the box shown on the last shelf. But yes, now going into the cubes. I did try in this one to also keep it color coordinated, but it didn't always work. That's okay. And this first cube is Pink and Red album, so Johnny is packing most of them. But I have Johnny's Limitless postcard that I pulled. And then I also have a Jisung limited Go Live standee. And then behind that I have a version of TXT's Blue Hour, the Rave Festival, NCT 127's Cherry Bomb, Baekhyun's version of CBX's full-length Japanese album, Vernon's cover of 17 Semicolon, which the boys' album was this. The Sphere, I don't remember if it is the Sphere's version, but it's the red version. I think this is version 1 of Monsta X's Fatal Love, a version of Stray Kids Miro, and then the Backhand's Delight, the fourth version that I forget the name of. But yes, Scooting Over One Cube is kind of leftover orange, red albums along with some orange and yellow ones. I just got this today in the mail, but I have a little Puppy M Skazoo pen. And then I have one version of Day 6 Remember Us, a version of GOT7's Die, the feature version of NCT 2020 Part 1, a version of Chen's debut solo album, one version of 17's You Make My Day, the other version of NCT's Neozone, and then the DIY version, thanks Phil, or in the DIY version of The Boys Mini. I think it's like DDD or something. For this one is a little messy. I have some green, some blue, and some purple. I'm not in love with this cube out of all of them, but I have a little Young One Sandy from their mini album Follow, a little the pin from NCT pin from the same creator. This one is in my phone focuses, Make a Wish, and then a Jonghyun PC from their from his album She Is. I just really liked his hair in this one. But album wise, I have a version of ATEEZ's Epilogue mini album. This is episode 3, I believe, of Shiny Story of Light, TXT's debut, 3 versions of Monsta X's Follow, the Stranger version of Lady's Kickback, The Boys in the Air, I believe is this mini album. But it's their mini album that has no air as the title track. I had Key's Face, CBX's Blooming Days, a version of All About Monsta X's All About Love, the Roland version, I believe, NCT's Reload, and the other version of Stray Kids I Am You. Moving back over and down a row is one of 3 black cubes, but I have a little standee. I don't remember which SF9 member it is, but it's from their first full-length album, from the black version, a little 90s love pin, the little dino. And then album-wise, I have Max from PBXQ, his debut mini album Chocolate. I really hope he makes a comeback after he's done emceeing for Kingdom. The SF9 album, the Black Edition, 2 versions of EXO's Don't Mess Up My Tempo, Kai's Flipbook version of his solo debut, NCT 127's debut album, and then all 8 versions of Super M's debut album. Scooting over one more in the same row is a little bit more I guess colorful than the last one from some of the spines, but some of the things I have on display is a Mino and Changmin little film strip from their Go Live album, a little Wolf-chan pin that I also got today with the Puppy M one. But yeah, I don't know if I actually want to use these, so they're gonna live on my shelf for now. And then a Sungwoo standee from X1's debut, and sadly only mini album. We'll carefully move that. But album-wise, I have NCT Dream's debut, The First, Shiny's Everybody, Monsta X's The Connect Deja Vu, Pentagon's Universal Black Hole, the other version of Day 6's Remember Us, Youth Part 2, TXT's The Dream Character Magic, the other version of Wee Boom, I think this is the Wii version, but it's the other version of NCT Dream's Wee Boom, Taemin's Japanese release, Famous, I think this is one of the limited versions with the photo book, Monsta X's The Code, the Decode version, The Rose, their debut mini album Void, X1's debut mini album Quantum Leap, and then Vix's Ude Vix. And then moving over to one of the other last cubes on this second row, we have a little win-win Polaroid from a friend, and then Sunghwa's postcard thing from their debut. Album-wise, I have ONEUS's Fly With Us, SF9 Sensuous, Woosung's solo debut Wolf, ATEEZ's debut, and then behind it I have the black version of ONEUS's Devil, Taemin's debut Ace, one of the versions from Act 1, the other one, and then his Want mini album. And then over here I have the other version of NCT Dream's Reload, the other version of Yellowwood, Stray Kids Yellowwood, the other version of Stray Kids Miro, and then 17's director's cut. And then on this bottom row, sorry if the angle turns out to be weird at the end, but this is my Super 1 shelf. It is, I'm not going to pull anything out, but it's all 5 versions, all 3 units, and along with the limited version that I know you could get at Barnes & Noble, and the Target version, and then I got the more candid group postcard that I decided to display because it was all very cute. And then over for this one is kind of white and silver gray albums, but for the little thing I have display, I have Young K's pre-order gift from the Book of Us the Demon. I have iKON's I Decide album, another version of Monsta X's Fatal Love, another version of Monsta X's Fatal Love, NCT 127's Superhuman, Yuta's version of their recent Japanese release Loveholic, one of the versions of ONEUS's Rise Us, their second mini album, a GOT7 pre-order gift, and then Monsta X's debut Trespass. And then this last one, I'm not going to pull anything out, but I have a little Keihan standee from Fantasia Kino, along with all 4 versions in the back. Day 6's Sunrise, Dio's version of Exodus, and then Taemin's Press It album. Alright, so that's everything from both of the shelves. Thank you guys if you did stick around for this long, but maybe I will do this again in like 6 months or something, or if I move after I'm done with grad school. But I will see you guys in the next video.